What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. You guys have been waiting for this video. This is my update to the Dioriviera 2022 Summer Beauty Collection. If you are new here, I already did a video on a lot of products from that collection, which I will link down below. This video is going to focus on all of the products that I didn't have yet from the collection. We're going to do lots of comparisons, swatches, demos, etc. So if you guys are interested in seeing the rest of the collection, then keep watching. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Sophia. This is my channel, Sophia Sees Beauty, where we talk about all things beauty and luxury. If you want to see a little bit more beauty in your feed, then definitely hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to hear about every time I post a new video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, guys. Dior loves to keep me busy, and your thumbs up definitely keep me going, and it definitely helps me out. As always, I will link all of the products that I discussed today in the description box down below so you can shop. Shopping through those links really supports my channel because most of them are affiliate links. And without further ado, let's get into this collection. Quick little recap for anybody who is new. This is Dior's Summer Beauty Collection, and it is called the Dioriviera Collection. Now, there was a little bit of a delay and a little bit of confusion about when this collection would launch, but it is finally live on the Dior website. It's also available at a bunch of other retailers now, or at least certain products are available on certain online retailers, so I will link those for you guys down below. In this collection, there are a plethora of beautiful products. There are 2 eyeshadow quints, both of which I have today, 2 new highlighters, both of which I have today, 2 bronzers, 1 of which I have today, and then in the last video we talked about the lip oils and the lip tints. So if you guys are interested in those, definitely check out that video. In this video, once again, I'm going to be focusing on the products that I didn't have in the other video. We're still going to be doing lots of comparisons between all the products in the collection, but I just want to mention, if you're interested in maybe more in-depth swatches or a demo of the other eyeshadow quint and the other luminizer, definitely check out the other video. I will link it down below. I'm going to be going through each of these products one by one. We're going to be doing swatches, we're going to do comparisons, we're going to do a demo, and then I'm going to sum up everything in my final thoughts. Sorry if you guys can hear sirens in the background. Sounds of the city, such is my life. I'm gonna start off with the product that you guys seem to be most interested in, which are the eyeshadow quints. Now, the first one that I reviewed for you guys in my other video is called Riviera. If you guys wanna see a demo of this, that's gonna be in that video. Today, we're gonna be focusing on this one, which is called Bayadere. These retail for $65, so they are just a couple bucks more, and I think maybe it's just because this is a limited edition collection, it's a little bit more special. And as you can see, the pan also has this beautiful embossing. It kind of reminds me of the beautiful hand stitching that you would see on like a Dior book tote or some of their other handbags and clothing. So that's kind of like the vibes that that embossment gives me. And this quint, Bayadere, is described as having a golden copper, a peachy pink, a white gold, a satiny plum bronze, and a velvet brown. You'll see from the swatches, you're getting really beautiful warm tones, luminosity. I really like the golds in this palette. This is definitely one of the ones where when I saw the promo photos, I was instantly attracted to it, because if you're new here, hello, my name is Sophia and I love warm tone shadows. Now, of course, one of the things you guys wanted the most is a comparison against each of these 2 palettes. So I'm going to show you guys an overhead of both of these so you can just get a sense of what these look like compared to each other in the pan. And then I will also show you guys, of course, side-by-side comparisons of each of these palettes. They definitely both have the same beautiful quality, the same nice shine, but what you're going to see is very clearly Bayadere. It's much more warm toned. It's definitely more coppery and gold. To me, Bayadere is a little bit more summery in feel and tone, whereas I think with Riviera, it's obviously just a little bit more mauve. It's a little bit more purple. It has a slightly different vibe, but I think both of these are excellent and good in quality. But I think that both of them, they have kind of the same layout where you're getting 4 shimmers and 1 sort of satiny matte shade in the lower corner. They both have excellent quality and the same finish. Now that you guys have seen the comparison against these 2 quints, I want to take a second to compare Bayadere against some of the other luxury eyeshadow palettes in my collection that you guys might also have in your collection. Starting off with Bayadere versus the Dior Organza quint, I like to include this one because I instantly think of sort of warm peachy tones when I think of Organza. This is the one I like to reach for when I want sort of a peachy look. This is a limited edition palette that came out earlier this year that luckily at the time of me filming this video is still still available. I didn't do comparison swatches of these guys because honestly, you can see from the images, they're not that similar. Comment down below. I don't think they're that similar. Organza is definitely more of like a light, fresh, spring, peachy kind of palette, whereas I think Bayadere is definitely more gold, more rich, more kind of like summertime goddess kind of vibes. The next comparison that I have is Bayadere versus Coral Paisley. This is a part of the new limited edition Velvet eyeshadow collection. I already have a review and this comparison in another video on my channel, which I will link down below, but I'm just gonna repeat it here just in case you didn't see that video. The main difference here is that Velvet collection, those shadows are a lot more matte. You're getting more of a mixture of shimmers and matte, and Coral Paisley definitely pulls, well, it pulls coral. It's a lot more coral. It's not as shimmery and shiny, whereas this one, Bayadere, it's just more glimmery, more gold, and more coppery. Next up, I have Bayadere and one of the newest Tom Ford palettes in the color Tiger Eye. I actually thought that these were pretty similar. Comment down below. I want to know what you guys think of these comparisons. Did I do a good job? These definitely aren't dupes. I think Tiger Eye is just a little bit more neutral leaning. I think Bayadere, it pulls really warm. If you don't like warm tones, don't get Bayadere. I also think that with Tiger Eye, you're getting that Tom Ford, very airbrush type of texture to their formula. So the formula is a little bit different. I think you can tell that in the swatches, but I do think that the colors are very similar. Next, I have Bayadere versus Charlotte Tilbury Queen of Glow. This is one of my favorite Charlotte Tilbury palettes. I really like the high shine metallics that she has in this one. And I actually, once again, I think that these are pretty similar. I think that this is the palette that probably does the best job of capturing the quality and the tone of this beautiful peachy gold that's in the Bayadere palette. They aren't exact, but I think that the tones are very similar. I would say that the Charlotte Tilbury, her formula, that metallic, is just a lot more high shine than something that you're gonna get from Dior. And lastly, I wanna show you Bayadere versus the Natasha Denona Mini Sunset palette. This right off the bat is gonna be a little bit different because Natasha Denona has true mattes in this palette. You're also getting that brighter, deeper, shimmery red in the Natasha Denona Mini Sunset palette, but I do think that there's a lot of similarities between these. So once again, I just wanna show you this. There are a couple of other palettes in my collection that are similar to this one from Dior. I am wearing this palette on my eyes today, and I'm gonna show you guys how I got this look. So first off, I started with this beautiful shimmery brown that's in the bottom corner. I just popped that all over my crease. These eyeshadows definitely have a lot of pigment to them. I was very, very impressed. And even though this is a shimmery shadow, it still looks so beautiful and blended and diffused into the crease. I really, really love it. Next, I went in with what is probably the most special color in the palette, and that is this golden shimmery peach. I don't want to say this is a duochrome, but it's definitely peach pigments mixed with gold. It's so beautiful. So I just popped that on the inner corner of the eye and kind of blended that in. Next up, I went in with the center shade, which is just a beautiful, bright, shimmery copper, and I blended that onto the outer half of the lid. Then I went in with the lightest color in the palette, which is this bright, lighter tone gold, and I popped that in the inner corner, and I also blended it onto the lower lash line. Finally, to add some depth, I went into the reddish brown that is in the corner of the palette. This is the one that is the most matte, and I just blended that into the outer crease to add a little bit more depth and a little bit more smoke. Finally, I added some eyeliner and some mascara, and then this is the look. I think that this looks so beautiful. I would say that with both of these palettes, my favorite way to wear them is not only with lots of mascara, but also with a bronze eyeliner. My favorite one that I like to use is from Victoria Beckham. The color is called Bronze. Today, I put bronze on the lower lash line, and then on the upper lash line, I went in with the Victoria Beckham Satin Eye Kajal in the color Cocoa. So I got cocoa on the top and bronze on the bottom. I feel like it creates a really beautiful, soft, diffused summertime look. Comment down below and let me know what you guys thought of this look that I created. I know I reviewed these in the other video, but I did get another shade in the Dior Addict Lip Tints, and this is in the color Natural Tea. I think that this color looks so good with both of these palettes. I wanted to buy this color when I first got the collection, but I definitely held back because I didn't want to get too many before I tried out the formula. But I think that this might be my favorite color, so I wanted to show this to you guys as well because I'm really obsessed with this shade. Next up, we're going to talk about these Dior Forever Couture luminizers. So we have two colors in this collection, and you guys will know I reviewed this one, 002 Pink Riviera, in my last review. And if you didn't watch that video, there was a little bit of tea there. Basically, I ordered both of these, but Dior essentially just sent me the same highlighter, but with incorrect labeling. So I basically got two of the 002 Pink Riviera, and I was very confused because they both looked exactly the same. So I just want to clear the air, guys. Dior is refunding me. I was able to return that, but just so you guys know, they were the same highlighter. There are a couple people that said, no, I think one of them is like a little bit different. No, sorry guys. They both were 002 Pink Riviera. So in this video, we are redeeming ourselves. I'm gonna be doing a demo with each of these. I'll show you some comparisons, so let's get into that. These retail for $52, so once again, they are a couple dollars more than the ones in their permanent collection. 001 Nude Riviera is described as a luminous gold, and then 002 Pink Riviera is described as a solar pink. I'm gonna show you guys an overhead side-by-side so you can kind of see the difference between these in the pan. Obviously, these are very different colors. You're getting something that's very much like a champagne gold and one that is a soft pink. But let me show you the swatches right here just so that you can appreciate each of them for what they are and you can really get a sense for what they look like on the skin. I am going to show you guys a demo in just a moment, but I do want to compare Nude Riviera against some of the other highlighters in the Dior Forever Couture Luminizer permanent collection. So I am going to show you some swatches right here. First, we have Nude Riviera, the new highlighter. Then we have 01 Nude Glow, and then we have 04 Golden Glow. So I would say the biggest difference with this new one is that it's just a lot lighter. It's a lot brighter than the other ones from the permanent collection. Typically, I like to recommend Golden Glow if you have more of a lighter skin tone, and then I will recommend Nude Glow for those that have more of like a medium to tan skin tone. I actually think this new one, 001 Nude Riviera, is really great if you are super fair like me. So I do want to show you the differences between those because I'm sure you guys already have golden champagne highlighters in your collection, and especially if you have ones already from Dior, you really might not need this one. And here we have our demo. First up with 001 Nude Riviera. I would say the quality of this is just as good as all of the other Dior Forever Couture luminizers. As you can see, this adds a really nice natural brightness to my skin. It's very gold and champagne-y in tone. I think especially for my fair skin tone, this blends in really, really well. And then I just want to do, again, another quick demo with the 002 Pink Riviera so that you guys can kind of see the difference. It's subtle, but it definitely imparts a very different tone. I'll show you sort of a side by side here so you could kind of tell the difference. Hopefully the light is reflecting off my cheeks well enough that you can sort of appreciate that difference. But a lot of you guys are asking me about the differences between these and which ones I think you should get, so I wanted to make sure I included that in this video. And lastly, I want to talk about the two bronzers that are in this collection. I have one of them in the shade 004 Tan Bronze. These retail for $52. And to my knowledge, guys, these are just the same bronzers that they have in their permanent collection, except they added this beautiful, pretty pattern. It says here on the Dior website that 004 Tan Bronze, the one that I have here, is for medium skin tones, and then the 005 Warm Bronze, that is for medium and golden skin tones. I looked at the comparison on the website, and you can definitely tell that 005, it's kind of more or less the same tone, except it's just a lot warmer. So if you have a warmer skin tone than me, I'm more neutral, I think you should go for that one. But overall, guys, these seem to just be the same bronzers, except they just have a pretty pattern on them. I am gonna show you the demo right here of me applying this. What I read in the reviews and what I found through the application is that these are actually very, very light. If you're really heavy-handed and you're sort of worried about getting too much pigment on your face, or you're very fair like me and you have to be really careful about not over bronzing because then it doesn't match the rest of your body, these are going to be good for you. This color 004 Tan Bronze, I would actually say this is more for light to fair skin tones. I don't think this is good for medium skin tones. I read this in the reviews on the Dior website, and it seems like a lot of other people are also saying that these run very light. And in the demo too, I start off using a squirrel hairbrush, and you'll see that it gives me a very, very nice light natural bronze application. And then I go in with a stiffer, more densely packed brush. This is from BK Beauty. I'll link these brushes down below. And this brush always gives me an extra little bit of pigment. So when I go in with that one and really buff it into the skin, it definitely gives me a lot more bronze. So I think just depending on the type of brush you use, you're able to get a lighter or a darker application. I personally do appreciate the fact that this is very light, very airbrush. It's not so pigmented because I feel like it's a little bit easier to control the color. And to sort of demonstrate what I mean by the light shade, I want to show you guys some comparisons with other bronzers in my collection. The first swatch is going to be this one from Dior 004 Tan Bronze. Next up, I have the Guerlain 03 Medium Warm. This is from the holiday collection that came out this past year. That one is much warmer, as you can see. Then I have the Gucci bronzer in 01 Fair. And then finally, I have the Tom Ford Soleil bronzer in the shade Terra. I know a lot of you guys have that one in your collection, so I wanted to show a comparison. This is one of the lighter ones of those few, and this is supposed to be for medium skin tone, so I really want to put that out there. These run very light. All right, friends, are you hanging in there with me? It's time for my final thoughts. I'm going to go through each of the products and let you guys know what I think, starting off with the eyeshadow palettes. These are so good. If you're here to try and talk yourself out of buying these, you might want to leave right now, because these are my favorite Dior eyeshadow palettes ever. And part of that is because I really go for these tones, but I think that the shimmer and the shine and the airbrush look that these give off is just absolutely perfection. I love these. I love these colors. I'm so glad that I got both of them, by the way. And it's funny because I did several polls on my Instagram asking you guys if you were interested in these when we saw the sneak peeks. And everybody, including myself, was like, pass, those look dusty. I don't think that those promo photos did these palettes justice. They really just didn't look that interesting. But when you see them in person, when you swatch them, and when you apply them to the eyes, you really appreciate their true beauty. Now, a lot of you are asking me, which one should you get? Ugh. And that's really hard because I'm gonna be that crazy person that says, I just think you should get both because I think that these are that great. But hear me out, guys. The one that I think is the most unique is actually this one, Riviera, because when I did the comparison swatches, this is the one that I had the most trouble duping, whereas you saw in the video today, this one, Bayadere. There's definitely, at least in my collection, as somebody that loves golds and coppers and warm tones, I have more of this in my collection. So I think you just need to ask yourself, do you want something that is very overtly copper and gold and warm tone? I think that this one, Bayadere, it's a lot more summery. Or do you want something that's a little bit more of like a soft, chic, sophisticated with like a hint of mauve? I think that this one, Riviera, is definitely a little bit more unique. So honestly, guys, I don't think that you can go wrong, but that's how I would think about it if you were choosing between these. Now let's talk about these new Dior Forever Couture luminizers. I definitely don't think that you need both of these. If you were to ask me which one should you get, I probably would say Pink Riviera, because I do think that this one is a little bit more unique than the Nude Riviera. I think that a lot of you guys probably already have something like this in your collection. That being said, this is how I think about each of these. I think with Nude Riviera, if you are somebody that really wants a nude highlighter from Dior and you are fair like me, that is who should get Nude Riviera, because I do think that Nude Glow and Golden Glow in the permanent line, they do lean a little bit darker, and so I think it's not as accessible to those who have fairer skin tones. Now, I kind of think the opposite when it comes to 002 Pink Riviera. I mentioned in my other video that I think that this is a really good option for those of you that you kind of like the idea of wearing 02 Pink Glow from the regular Dior luminizer line, but that highlighter is definitely better suited to lighter skin tones. It's a little bit lighter and more icy in tone, whereas this is a little bit more like muted, summery, and I think it's gonna look a lot better on those of you who are a little bit tanner. So yeah, I think that these are both really nice highlighters. I'm happy to have them in my collection. At this point, I'm kind of a collector of these highlighters for you guys so I can do all of the comparisons. I really enjoy them. I think they both look really good on my cheeks. They both work for my skin tone, and I think they're gonna work for a lot of yours. The only thing I don't really appreciate is that they made these a couple dollars more just for this pretty embossing, so that's the only con that I have with these. And lastly, we have the bronzer in Tan Bronze. I quite like this. I really like this, guys, but you don't need this if you already have the bronzers from the permanent line. The only reason I got this is because I've been wanting to try these, but I haven't tried them yet. And I said, you know what, why don't I pick it up? Because it has this nice pretty embossing. I think this is actually the color that I would get. I was sort of going between this and the one that is a shade lighter, and I'm actually really glad that I got the 004. So that's who I think that these are for. This might be a good opportunity for you to pick them up if you've been meaning to try them. Just keep in mind what I said earlier. These do run very, very light, but personally, I really like a nice buildable formula that I can control depending on the look that I want to create. And that concludes my review of this Dioriviera Summer collection. Sound off down below, guys. I really want to know what you think of this collection. I know a lot of you have already purchased a lot of these products. Thankfully, a lot of them are available now. I know that we had some issues getting them in the beginning. If you are thinking of getting some of these products, I definitely would maybe get them sooner rather than later, because these types of things seem to be selling out. They sell out, they restock. We really don't know how much longer they're going to be around for. But comment down below and let me know, which of the eyeshadow palettes did you like the best? Which of the luminizers did you like the best? Did you pick up anything else from the collection? I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you are new here, maybe you found me in the YouTube search or the Google search, definitely consider subscribing to my channel. We have so much fun here. We're always talking about new luxury beauty releases. I got favorites videos for you guys. I have luxury hauls for you guys. So hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell to hear about every time I post a new video. I will also include my Instagram handle up here in case you guys want to connect with me on Instagram. That's the best place to chat with me day to day. I show you guys everything that I'm hauling. I let you know when collections like this drop, when they come back in stock, when things go on sale. So definitely head on over to Instagram and connect with me over there. I would love to hear from you. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.